Folks, welcome back to the Honda channel on YouTube. I've got two almost identical Honda snowblowers here, exact same size, but one of them is $1,000 less used than this other used one. I've got a couple people coming over to look at these. We got a storm coming in the Sierra, and I'm going to go through what the differences are, why the value is so much different, what people need to look for. You know, when people come over here, I've met so many people asking me the same questions. They don't know much about Hondas, the used ones, which ones to buy, what to look for, why the value is so much different between one and another. So I'm going to go through that really quick today. Before that, I would like to thank all the people that have been subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you want to join and become a channel member, you get special perks, early access to videos, members only videos, discounts. We have drawings on products just for channel members. And I also will answer your personal questions by private messaging if you have questions about your Honda snowboard. So I try to make it worthwhile for the channel members. So all you have to do is click on the join. You see the join sticker on the video. Click that and see what you can do from there, okay? So let me get started on these two and show you the differences and why one is $1,000 less than the other one. The one on the left is a 928. The one on the right is an 828. It's the exact same size, but it has one less horsepower. If you look at the one on the right here, it looks pretty nice. It's got a brand new paint job. It's nice and shiny. However, it's 10 years older, so there's possible wear and tear, more wear and tear, I mean. This 928 has very few hours on it. The gentleman that owned it had a plow service, so he didn't use it very much except for cleanups. So it has a lot less hours on it, but you really can't tell, right? I mean, look at these two. They look almost identical. And if you start them up, they both start on the first or second pull. They both look gorgeous. And you really can't tell unless you know what you're looking for. Now, I've inspected probably 1,000 Honda snowblowers, and I can look at a snowblower very, very closely and see, you know, possible wear and tear points. Let's look at this one right here. Look at these augers. They look practically new. The teeth are nice. They're not worn down at all. But if you look at this one over here really close, the teeth don't look too bad, but they're slightly more worn. Okay? So this one, if you just look at the augers, you can see that it has more use. You can also inspect the tracks more thoroughly. I'm not sure if you can see, but on the middle part of the track, the cross parts are slightly more worn than on the other machine. It's basically the same machine. You know, 1 horsepower is not going to make much difference. This one does have electric start, which is kind of nice. Here's the electric starter here on the side, and if you look at the 928, this one does not have the electric starter. But on Hondas, when they're very well tuned, they usually don't need an electric start. You just pull it. It usually starts on the first or second pull. Now, this is a 928, and it says so right on the bucket, but that does not necessarily mean it's a 928. If it had an engine transplant and the person put a GX240 on it, like this machine over here has a GX240, so that makes it an 8 horsepower. And with the 28-inch wide bucket, it makes it an 828. This one, if you look on the side here, you can see the stamp. Let me see if I get close. Right below the shooter arm, it says GX270, which is a 9 horsepower. So this is a 928. Now I've seen people have the 928 sticker on their auger, but it's got the GX240 engine, so it's really an 828. I've seen that a couple times. See, this bucket doesn't have the sticker on the side saying that it's an 828. And sometimes people will say, well, it's a 928. And if you don't know the difference, you might think you're getting a 928 when you're actually getting an 828. Now, finding a good used Honda snowblower takes experience. It's best to look at several Hondas before you decide which one you're going to buy. I've looked at hundreds, and I've made mistakes at the beginning by buying junk that needed a lot of work, money-wise, and parts. So over time, I got pretty good at it. So I really suggest you check out as many Hondas, even if you're not thinking about buying. Go talk to the owners. Go find out what kind of work was done. See when it was last serviced, what parts were needed. Test drive them. Get a feel, between the different used machines so you can see which is better. Now, if we tested both of these out, they would almost test identically. But if you didn't know much about Hondas, you wouldn't know that this one was 10 years older and that it has more wear and tear by making a closer inspection. And you wouldn't know that this has very, very low hours on it, which I serviced both of them. And I didn't have to do anything to this machine other than change the oil, lubricate some parts, make some adjustments. On this one here, I had to change the belts. I had to change the bearings. I think I changed a cable. It needed more of a tune-up, and it just needed more attention than this one did. So that's pretty much why this one is $1,000 more than this 828 over here. So it takes a little bit of skill, a little bit of experience to be checking out these machines. You don't want to make a serious mistake. Another thing you have to take into consideration is your budget. So, if you have a small budget, then this machine may be good for you. If you've got, you're going to have some mechanical skills or be able to take it to a shop every couple years for services. Same with this one. This is what this channel's for, in our Facebook group, Honda Snowblower Enthusiasts, to help you save money on maintenance and repairs. So I'm really hoping, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I read every comment. I appreciate everybody that subscribes and joins the channel. So thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully it's going to be a big dump this weekend in the Lake Tahoe area. Thank you.